Hi everyone, welcome back to the class. In this class we are going to design the stethoscope icon. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so first thing we are going to do is create a rectangle from the center of the artboard, and then we will increase the stroke width from the stroke options. And now we'll adjust the height and width of this rectangle according to the icon guide. Once done, we will add some points at the edges of the rectangle, at the bottom and at the top, and then we will add one more point at the center of the top, and then we will add a few more points on the sides, and then we will select the center point and delete it so that we can get an open path like this. Now from the stroke options we will go ahead and make the edges and the corners rounded. And then we will select the lower two corners and we will start to move them towards the top to create a shape something like this. Once done, we will go ahead and select the upper two corners and move them towards the outside. And we'll do the same thing for the other side as well and align them with the icon guide. And now we'll go ahead and adjust the other corners of this design as well so that they can be properly visually appealing according to the design. Once we are happy with all the adjustments that we have created, we will move forward and see that if there is anything that we have missed, and we will do that. Otherwise, we will start working on other parts of the design. Once done, we'll select the upper two corners and make them rounded. Now we'll go ahead and create the ear part of the stethoscope. And to do that, we'll select the line segment tool and create a line on the edge. We'll create a duplicate copy and bring it on the other side to create the other side design as well. And now we'll go ahead and using the line segment tool, we'll create another line on the base part of this design. Once done, we will make a few adjustments to the width and the height of the design. And now we'll move forward and start working on the lower part of the design. But first we'll select all of these shapes and group them and move them towards the top so that we have enough room at the bottom, and so we can create the lower part of the design. In order to create the lower part, we will create a rectangle at the bottom area, and then we will increase the width of this rectangle, and we will open this path by deleting one of the points, and then we will align the edges with the bottom of the design. Once done, we will go ahead and make adjustments to the width, and then we will select the lower two corners and make them rounded so that we have this kind of U shape. And then we will select one of the edges and increase the height. And now at the edge of this U-shaped design, we will go ahead and create a circle. Once done, we will go ahead and select all of these shapes together into one single group, and then we will align them in the center of the artboard. So now as you can see that our icon in the line art style is ready. Now we will go ahead and create the fill style icon of this design. So over here, instead of showing the whole process, I will fast forward the video and show you the process on my screen. As you already know that we have covered all these fill style effects in the previous lessons. So instead of showing the whole process again and again, I will just fast forward the video and you can see the fill style process on the back. So now as you can see that our design in the fill style is ready. Now we will move forward and start adding colors inside our artwork. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to create a color palette at the top of our canvas, and from the color guide option we will go ahead and start adding colors inside these circles so that we can get the desired colors of the color palette. Once all the color palette is ready, we will go ahead and select all the design elements one by one, and using the color picker tool, we'll start adding these colors inside our design. And we will repeat this process of adding the colors inside all the other design elements of our artwork. Once done, we will move forward and select all of these shapes together into one single group, and then as you can see that the color version of our icon is ready. And now in the next step what we are going to do is we are going to create the gradient color version of our design. So let's go ahead and create a duplicate copy of our artboard, and then we will start creating the gradient color palette. Once we have created the first bar of the gradient color palette, we will choose the right colors for the first and the second color of this gradient, and then later we will add that inside the design elements of our stethoscope icon. And now we'll repeat the same process for all the other design elements of this design, and we will create another copy of the gradient palette, and choosing different colors we will create the variations, and then we will use this gradient for the other elements of the design. Once we are done with the upper area of the design, we'll start working on the base and the lower areas of the design, and we will choose different colors from the gradient color palette, and we can make variations in them by choosing different colors and move forward to apply them in the process. Now we will repeat the same process for the rest of the elements of the design, and using different properties or the types of the gradient, we will apply them inside these other shapes according to their proportions, and then we will adjust the gradient scale, and we will complete the whole process of applying colors. And now I'll select all of these shapes together into one single group, and as you can see that our artwork in the gradient style is ready as well. Now I will go ahead and see you in the next class.